What's up, beautiful people? I'm back. It's your girl, Sophia Ashe Jasi, aka Fire, because I stay bringing that heat. So, this past weekend, I had a little bit like downtime because, I've been going nonstop, like going after my dreams and mission, and a lot has been happening, especially with the injustice with navigating an unlawful eviction due to disability, housing discrimination, and neglect. And I've been forgetting about like pouring into me, and like I'm still on the journey of learning how to relax and just be. That's a challenge within itself. I think I'm better than what I used to be, but like my mind is always activated. I have ADHD along with my traumatic brain injury. So like I was on like YouTube and I was looking into like the Matrix, and then I thought about, I'm like, wait, wasn't there like a black woman who won the rights to the Matrix after it was stolen from her? And then so I've been I've been going all over YouTube to find this, and I finally found out, and her name is no other than Sophia Stewart. And the reason why Sophia Stewart is so important to me because like I've been talking about a lot how Monique is has like her pursuit for justice against Netflix and her one her case has really been a instrumental a pivotal point in my personal journey and helping me to stand firmly in my power as a neurodivergent black woman who who had the desire to always work in Hollywood ever since I was a little girl. I used to dance in my granny basement, in my mommy kitchen. That's always been my dream since I was a little girl. But of course, like pursuing a career in the entertainment industry, especially here in Chicago, I had no clue, no idea about the business, and I constantly felt like I was being robbed of my creative geniusness, and it in times it was often like seep into like a depression because I'm like, am I good enough? Like, how can I make a living off of this? I know I have the goods, but it's just not happening for me until like after the pandemic. Then I had the opportunity to work with some people out in Hollywood, a white disability led organization, and I found out how fat meat ain't greasy. Like, my work that I helped co-created along with a Black disabled collective was culturally appropriated. And I felt like I was taken advantage of because I have this eagerness to work in Hollywood. I have all this talent and this eagerness, and I was taken advantage of because I yet didn't know the business, and I had eagerness, and a lot of things was happening that I'm like, I'm not sure this is supposed to be happening. But I'm so thankful that Keith Jones um was there, even though we had our scrabbles, because I thought I knew, but I I was kind of turning my nose up at him because he is like an old head. But as I started to learn more about Hollywood and how corrupted and how people constantly try to get over on others, and especially what's happening currently with the actors and writers strike, the writers strike has actually had come to a close. They had reached an agreement like a couple of days ago. So I'm excited about that, like the fairness. So I'm very like excited about that. And I feel like Monique has paved like a way for this strike and the change that's currently happening in Hollywood, because we have to remember when Monique first came out saying that Netflix had lowballed her and that she know her worth and people was clowning her and like and making like fun of her and trying to humiliate her. But she stood in her power, and she had an amazing support system with her husband, and and like she was a great example to me of what it's like of being a beautiful, brilliant black woman. Stand in your power no matter what the naysayers say. So cool off to her. But before yes, what Monique did was groundbreaking. But before Monique Quran, we have to think about Sophie Stewart. And a lot of times we don't hear about her because I think she was up against Warner Studios or Sony or Universal. I can't remember. And with what's the brothers that made the Matrix? And and this was back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And I saw like a video of how, like, you know how like there be all of these competitions and like these like fellowships that aspiring talent can enter, they work in, that's also a part of the film industry, the Hollywood, that's corrupt. And by her doing that, submitting like her script, and that's how her work was stolen and appropriated. And of course, like in her journey, then like they try to settle with her under the table and offering her millions of dollars. Then she was like, hold up. Like she was like, if they trying to offer me millions, but they building a franchise and a legacy that's gonna worth billions, like nah, that's not good. This is my work that y'all stole from, and I'm worth so much more for it. And then there was time, I think in like 94, where they offer her money and they turn it down. They offer some more money in like the early 2000s and she turned it down. And of course, like the fans of like the Matrix and the Terminator was trying to say like she didn't write that. Like it was like the brothers who created the Matrix. And again, like turning their nose up at her, but she she stood the test of time. She held her ground and she came out on top. And I feel like a lot of times we don't acknowledge like the brilliance and the power of black women and how marvelous we are when it comes to creating new things that take the world by storm. And well, anyway, I'm taking up space. And how the world often tries to silence like our geniusness, because like black women, like we are at the below the totem pole when you factor in like racism, misogyny, and sexism. And in my case, when you factor in like ableism, like people be trying to take over us, and the minute we step up and say like, "Oh, you being intimidated, you're being an angry black woman," in order to for us to back down, because like a lot of times as black women, we know we're not angry, and we don't want to be constantly labeled as an angry black woman, and then we're like, oh, maybe I came off too harsh, or let me adjust. Like no, because a lot of time they don't tell men there. They say they being passionate. They don't say that to other races like Latino women, saying they being spicy. Like no. And I'm still feeling some type of way with what Tyler Perry's saying, and like it seems like everybody wants to humble Black women, expect us have this low expectation, and say when we have higher standards, like we asking for too much. Like no, boo boo, no, 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 that's not going to happen because I know like for me, my personal situation, I defeated death and I laugh in the face of danger. Like I in 2004, I was in a life-threatening car accident. The doctors told my mother that if I didn't make it through the night, because there was a high chance that I was going to die, that I was supposed to be paralyzed from the neck down. And it's like and with that journey there was like a whole lot of things I had to do, fight to be placed in regular classes, and it's like a whole like laundry list, and like and just being on this entrepreneurship journey, and people playing my face, trying to take advantage of me, and me, cause like I don't like conflict, and people take me for a fool because they thinking I'm gullible and naive, and like I do play into it because that's why I call myself the silent rebel, because like I'm a super empath. Like I know what people is up to, and like it's not. And so like and I'm so thankful for the legacy that Sophia Stewart have left and what she represent for Black women navigating the entertainment industry. And I'm so thankful for Monique. And I'm learning to like speak up more for myself and to stand in my power, because there was a situation where I had been doing the work and I literally had someone literally try to restructure everything I do. And I keep seeing this person and they want to smile on my face. I'm like, no, no, that's not happening, because you show me your true colors. And I don't have to I don't have to put up with it. Before I thought I did because I always want to be accepted, I always wanted friends. But no, I'm precious. I'm valuable. I'm one in a million. I'm 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 delicate. I'm a rose, and I expect the very best, and I deserve that. And if you can't give me that, you don't need to be in my life. You don't need to be in my presence. It's just simple as that. And I'm just thankful for the Black women, the Black woman that stand on, like Maya Angelou, Sophia Stewart, Monique, Candy Burris, Viola Davis, Tracy Ellis Ross, Taraji P. Henson, Issa Rae, Shonda Rhimes, and so much more. Like, that's what it is. And that what